I guess what I'm wondering is when you're dealing with other lawyers or organizations or judges, I'm guessing that you know way more than they do. And I'm wondering how you're met and how you're received when you're stepping into these realms with all the knowledge that you have and you know this sort of like aggressive cutthroat style you have.
It's very enjoyable. I have not had the pleasure to deal with any judges yet because it's just been paper, 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 paper. In a lot of the cases, we've exhausted every single avenue of paper, so it has gone to the judge to make determinations. We just have our very first hearing for our first case scheduled for, I believe, the 28th, the 29th. So, that's going to be our first interaction actually with a judge or with a court above and beyond defense attorneys. And then to answer your question about defense attorneys, it's hilarious because all they do, they don't know anything about anything. They really don't. The biggest mistake you can make in your life is to think that attorneys know anything about anything. And I mean literally anything about literally anything.
Mhm.
What attorneys do is they dress up in nice suits and they find documentation that someone else used. They don't understand any of it and they put your name on it and they submit it to the court and they tell you that they're working for you and they have no fucking clue what they're doing. And I'm talking unless you're meeting like a trial attorney, which is somebody who's actually gone to trial and built out a case and you've seen evidence that they actually know what they're doing and they've done it. It's horrifying. And basically what happens is that at that point, the attorneys, what they do is they fall back on their favorite tool and their only tool, which is intimidation and threats.
Mhm.
And that's all they do. They just intimidate, they threaten, they say that this is unauthorized practice of law. They say we're going to sanction you. They say this is a frivolous lawsuit. They file for what's called sanctions. They file for they say that that's a harassment, that lawsuit has no basis and it's harassing their client. That's literally all they do. And all you do to win the case is you just say, that's great, but that's all irrelevant. Let's get back to the actual complaint. Let's get back to the actual items that are in the complaint, the actual legal items that we need to speak of. And then they freak out like children and they cry and they hit the ground and they whine and they cry and they throw a temper tantrum. And then you just grab them and you say, that's great, but that's irrelevant. We're going to go back to the complaint, and you bring it back to the complaint, and you literally just keep doing that over and over and over and over. And they just keep throwing temper tantrums over and over and over. It's all irrelevant. And they're just billing their client, putting all this horse shit into the court. And then when you exhaust all that, then they're fucked. As far as I'm concerned, that's basically the whole process.